does a miracle. Someday, someone does a miracle.
Hey, this is Sebastian for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and today I am joined by
Suraj from the band SNARM from Guwahati, India. And we are a progressive glam slash arena rock band. And we are going to release our debut album, which is called Till The End. And this comes out on the 29th of July, 2024, of course. And one single of the album is already out now on YouTube with its official music video. It's called Someday Somewhere. You can watch it over YouTube. It's down over there. And the second single from the album comes out on 26th of July. Of course, comes out on 29th through Lions Pride Music. That's the record label from Denmark that we are signed to as of now. And on all streaming platforms as well as on CDs. Yeah.
So what's the reviews been like then for your first single from media and fans?
The review has been great. I mean, obviously, like the first single, we always wanted it to be the most impactful one in terms of the overall energy, the groove, the melody, everything that an 80s kind of inspired sound demands, So, the way we expected, it turned out to be better in some way. And also, in some parts of the world, we still wish that it reaches those parts of the world, even though it hasn't reached some parts. Definitely a few parts from Europe, UK, and US. We have been receiving good reviews so far, and that goes for our own country, India, as well. So yeah, it has been pretty decent so far.
That's great to hear. I mean, I've been listening to the album a few hours. Yeah. It's full of strong vocals and excellent musicianship. Can you then tell me which is your favorite track on the album today and why?
On that album, well, I would say, this single which is released, that's one of my favorites. And the other one, I would say, is going to be the second single that's releasing, because that's apparently a ballad. And that's a special one for the band, personally. Why it is personal is because last year when the band was about to, hit the studios for recording the album, a tragedy happened, and actually the bass player, our ex-bass player, we tragically lost him. So, it was a suicidal case, but whatever. But the thing is that song is a personal tribute to him. And it can also be, it's also relatable to everyone who has lost someone or the other from, in their own lives. It's a sad ballad of some sort. It's a personal one. And the third one I'll pick is a song called This Rock and Roll Ride. It's a typical hard rock, heavy metal banger, 80s style biker stuff,
Yeah. It is amazing because it's sort of that's when I got into metal in the 80s and that metal rock. And so, yeah, it drags me back there, but with a modern edge. It's a good album. It's brilliant. Would he be having a release party? And if so, do you plan to stream it?
We actually plan to do it. The only problem right now we're facing is because I stay in a different part of the country and the other three members stay in, the native hometown where the band is based in. So apparently we actually decided to have a launch party if all the four members are together. So which I don't think would be feasible right during the release, but we plan to do it sometime, maybe a few weeks after the release, something like that. Maybe call up a few special friends from the scene or something like that, and probably launch it in a way. Some some reporters or journalists or something. Probably they can help us.
Because you look like the second Indian band I've interviewed over the years. There's a band called, I think it's Dimebur, and they play like.
Oh yeah. The guitar is a good friend of mine. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Because they're amazing, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, India is a massive place. So not just a country; it's a continent. I mean, how hard is it then to get the media attention you rightly deserve?
It is pretty tough, if I have to be very honest, because first of all, the mainstream music landscape in this country is more is mostly governed by film music. If you have been aware about the word Bollywood, that's the predominant music that's prevalent. And it's not like it's a bad or anything, but the thing is that it gets the lion's share of the media attention, and
Mm.
because of that, sometimes independent musicians tend to suffer a bit, but especially when it comes to rock and metal and this kind of genres where
Yeah.
which is more driven by the old school sound, but then we are kind of developing it into the later stages. But with the advent of streaming platforms and everything, we are trying to get things better. But even then, I think, yeah, it is pretty tough. Even to this day, we have to kind of go for a lot of peer stuff on our own. Everything is DIY mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're signed to a label, for
Yeah.
sure.
So you recently signed to this label in Denmark, and I've dealt with them in the past, and they're very, very good, actually. Are there plans for them to try and get you into Europe? Would that be something that's possible?
Yeah, so basically the deal was signed last year. So the contract was basically about the album recording and the PR of the album, not exactly with the live scene over there. But yeah, so the PR part of the thing is being handled by them so far. So we are pretty much kind of hoping for the best as far as the PR strategy of that goes. I mean, as far as Europe is concerned,
Yeah.
and UK and places like that. In India, the scene is a bit different. We are trying a bit on our own as far as gathering as much press releases. I know, like sending to the people who are in the scene. It's total DIY here in India, just like I said.
Yeah.
So that way it goes.
What about getting on one of the Bollywood films as a backing band? Is that possible?
Yeah, I don't know.
No?
Maybe I actually stay in the hub of Bollywood, to be very honest. I mean, I stay in Bombay, personally speaking. But yeah, I mean, that's not something we'll look forward to because, like, that's totally a different form of music
I know.
altogether, a totally different form of image. And I mean, see, the thing is, like, when you're an outsider from India, you don't really feel like I mean, we feel like, okay, India is all about Bollywood, but actually, if you see, there are a lot of different things that go on, simultaneously. Just that it doesn't get the attention it deserves. But no, I don't think we look forward to being a backing band in Bollywood anytime.
You never know, man. Okay. So, I mean, obviously there is you've got a fan base there, and you've got a fan base there, but is it easy, like with going out on a tour in India? Is that possible? And festivals? I mean, does that happen?
Yeah, touring is there. I mean, like we have I mean, it's again DIY for sure, but there are a few festivals. For example, there's one festival called NH7 Weekender, which used to host a lot of different music genres simultaneously, which in the last few years hasn't been much much of a significance. But again, there are like rock and metal festivals that go on in different places of the country on their own. I mean, there's this one called Independence Rock, which has been a legacy festival since the last 30 years.
Right.
I mean, yeah, for a few years it just went on a hiatus, but again, they came back. And yeah, there are festivals, but I mean, of course, like the dream for any Indian band, even to this day, is always to play something like Download or Wacken or Bloodstock and stuff like that. Of course, I mean that's the dream. Yeah.
Hopefully one day, yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to the album, I mean, it's got everything on it. All the songs are fantastic, even down to the album artwork. Did you have a hand in the design for that? Because it's very eye-catching. And do you?
No, I think that part of the thing was completely designed by the record label. Although we had the idea for the artwork, I mean, we of course demonstrated the basic theme of the album because they even asked us for our opinion about what the album is and what the theme is. So like we kind of demonstrated the thing, and based on that, they came up with a fantastic design, and we loved it in the very first go, if you say. I mean, this is actually the first draft. I mean, they sent to us, and we kind of approved it right away.
Brilliant. I mean,
Yeah.
you're the sort of band. I mean, I deal with Frontiers Records a lot. You're the sort of band that you'd be snapped up by them. So you never know. I mean, you're on a good label now, but even a bigger label like Frontiers, that'd be phenomenal for you
Yeah.
guys. Away from this band, you seem to be very busy with other bands as well. I'm guessing it's your life.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you ask me, actually, I joined the band quite later. I mean, I have been in this band for 1 year by now. I mean, I just joined the band just before the recording of this album. So before that, the lineup was different with the ex bass player, the one I said who practically passed away. So this band actually is like almost 8 to 10 years old, ideally, but like there have been a series of lineup changes all over the year, and during that time, of course, I was in I'm in a lot of different bands, and even now I'm in a couple of other bands. Like I actually into was into a lot of metal bands before, and right now I actually kind of shifted more towards the rock territory and going a bit more into the 80s landscape, trying in more into that sound. Even though in between I kind of shifted more into the progressive metal, extreme metal territory a bit.
Yeah.
In the past 5 6 years previously. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you done that? Have you done like a bit of death metal growls and everything then? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I have done a lot of that before actually.
So that must be like
Yeah,
a complete change then, because the album is quite sort of AOR, isn't it? It is quite soft, some of it. So yeah, it must be
correct,
a complete change for you.
correct.
But
No,
hopefully,
actually, I have been a fan of. Yeah, I have been a fan of this sound like since quite a long time. So it isn't that much of a change for me in terms of the sound. But the thing
mm,
is that the bands I have been in previously were not of this sort. They were mostly of a more heavier sounding, thing. So of course, like in that perspective, yeah, it's different. But as far as my listening taste go, I mean, I'm pretty familiar with this one. So yeah, I'm all in.
okay, then. So who would be the ultimate band to go on a tour with then? One band, any band.
Okay. Well, of course, the dream would be anyone like well, you were saying about the legacy band or like
Any
any
band, yeah, dead or alive.
okay. Okay. So well, I would say for me it would be anyone like Iron Maiden or maybe Bon Jovi or maybe how do I pick this? I mean Queensryche, those bands for me. I mean, those are like my dream bands to tour with. I mean, for a supporting act, I mean, I would love to be one of that someday, for sure.
Brilliant. So can you remember the first time going back that you ever stood on a stage and realized you had the talent to be able to sing? You remember that?
Mm. Yeah, actually, my singing happened by accident for me. That's to be very honest, I'm putting forward here. So initially, I started off as a guitar player. That was long back. I mean, more than a decade ago. So I mean, back then it was. I never thought myself as a lead singer. I mean, I was doing backing vocals of some sort, but I always pictured myself as a guitar player.
Hmm.
And then like over the years when there was one band who actually needed a singer and there was nobody to fill it up, and there was this one gig where they had to fill it up and I accidentally like, okay, I'll do it, that sort of a thing. And from that point I kind of realized that like I can put some sort of crowd. And like from that point probably, yeah, I got a little bit of confidence, and from that, yeah, and that was the moment I think I realized that I should probably practice more and own my craft at that.
Awesome. Okay. So is there a song then written by someone else that you wish you had written?
Sorry.
Sorry, is there a song written by someone else that you wish you had written?
Hmm, song by someone else that I wish I had written. Um, it's a band called Tool, if
Yeah.
from the US, of course. There's this song called The Pot. So that's one of the songs which I believe if I could have written such a masterpiece, then I would have been fortunate. But I don't think I have that much of that philosophical mind so far. Maybe in the near future sometime.
Okay. You seem to got like a lot of followers and you got like the rock star look. So do you have
Thank
do
you.
you have do you have a lot of fans yourself? Like I don't know, on TikTok, stuff like that.
See, actually, the thing is, it's more than me. Actually, the band over the years have collected a loyal fan base, that's for sure, locally or maybe nationally,
Right.
because these guys before I joined have been quite an active live band. It be it with the originals, be it with the covers that they play back then. I mean, they used to cover even acts like Michael Jackson in a very beautiful way, actually.
Right. Okay.
Even though I'm not like a very pro MJ fan, but in a very hard rockish style, it sounded good, and they covered Europe and stuff also. Like they garnered a lot of attention from the people who loved 80s rock.
Yeah.
And when they came to like compose the originals and stuff, like then actually that cult following actually helped a lot. And that's how like everything pushed forward probably. And yeah, then the signing of the label happened, and then we are here with a new album. And yeah, of course, as far the fan base goes so far, locally and nationally, it's kind of building up. It's
Good.
decent enough so far. We're just looking forward for the international attention as far as we can get from now on.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to get it, man. Absolutely. So then, can you tell me what was the last song you listened to today?
Last song I listened to today. That would be a song by this band called not a band, actually, the singer from the band called Radiohead,
Oh yeah,
from UK. Yeah,
right.
he has this project called The Smile, and there's a song of his new from his new album. It's called The Bending or something like that. Yeah, it's from a new album actually. I'm listening to a lot of underground stuff actually these
All right.
days. That's one of that. Yeah.
All right. So if there was a
Amazing.
heavy metal song about yourself, what would it be called? Like a made up song?
Made up song. All right. I don't know. Like right now, if I'm in the 80s zone, mostly, I don't know, maybe the Dream Chaser or something like that. Maybe that's very cheesy, but I can't think of it right now. Something of that sort. Probably very AOR sounding, maybe.
Brilliant. Can you then now give me 4 words to describe the new album?
Well, melodic, groovy, banger.
That's
I
brilliant.
can name three. I'm just short of one.
Addictive is a good one as well. Yeah, addictive.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
that's cool. All right. So now it's going to be 5 questions, right? So it's either or either, but it's like a round. So the first one is your favorite food.
Favorite food is sushi.
Okay. Favorite album.
Favorite album would be it's by the Swedish band Opeth's album called Blackwater Park.
Okay, brilliant. Your favorite drink.
Favorite drink, well, these days I'm mostly into soft drinks more. I'm quitting a lot of hard drinks, but even then, if I choose an alcoholic beverage, I would prefer a Bacardi White rum.
Okay. And your favorite pastime.
Reading a novel, writing a piece of lyric. It's also my pastime, even though it's my job.
All right. And your final one
And
is
of course, driving, yeah.
of course. And your last one is your favorite inspirational person.
Favorite inspirational person would be actually two of them. One is Mr. Ozzy Osbourne, and the other one is Mr. Bruce Dickinson. I mean, why I'm saying Mr. Ozzy Osbourne? Because it's not about the way he sings. I mean, I don't exactly follow the way he sings, but in a lot of ways, the background from where he came from, and from the streets of Birmingham and to whatever he is now, and the drive that he has at 75 years of age, and that is that journey inspires me to this day every minute. I mean, whenever I'm down, whenever I'm upset, I mean, the first thing I just think is like, I mean, what would Ozzy would have done if he was in my place? He would have just you know like went to them, made some new music, probably had a drink, and then again would have started what he loves doing the most, and for Bruce, I mean, this guy he just never stops, does he? I mean, now with
Uh,
his solo band and all that, he's just
yeah,
like the same that he was in the 80s. So I mean, I just want that stamina and that drive altogether, even when I reach his age, if I'm alive, for sure. So yeah, these two persons.
I agree with that, man. That's brilliant. Well, again, I want to congratulate you on the album. I look forward to the second single dropping. I
Thank you
want to
so
thank you so much
much.
for your time. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers, and listeners?
So basically, please do support us, because this is our first album, and like this album carries a lot of meaning for us, not just as a band, but personally as well. And we would love to see you all over the world, wherever you are, because it's only because of you people, you viewers, you fans, that we are here and we are at some level that we are right now. If you give us a chance, probably we can grow bigger and entertain you to the fullest of our capacities.
Someday, someone does a miracle that only happened to me. No, no, this ain't no mythical.